No matter the season, no matter the storm, when dangerous weather threatens, Fox Weather has you covered. That's before, during, and after the storm. And thankfully, we aren't alone. Local Relief, it's a nonprofit and a powerful mobile app with one clear mission to support communities in that same period of need, before, during, and after natural disasters. It's part social media network, part resource hub, helping people prepare, survive, and recover by connecting them with both vital resources and to their neighbors, their actual communities. The app gathers everything into one place, helping to cut out a little bit of that chaos. And right now we're joined by the founder of Local Relief, Heather Hackett. Heather, it's great to have you with us on Fox Weather. You and I met, it was a couple years back, at the National Hurricane Conference in Orlando, and you had said that Irma had inspired you to start this nonprofit. We know how rough of a year Florida had last year, and that must have renewed the mission. The app has come a long way since you and I first met. So tell us about its functionality. What are the most important features?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. But Local Relief really streamlines everything in one place. So just as you mentioned before, as far as doing things a certain way and always doing it, we really want to revamp that. And it really came from the idea that living in Florida and seeing Irma and then seeing Ian again, where there was no one streamlined service or platform to go to for all of the information, the resources. There is so much information and so much going on and so much changing that to find that is a nightmare. So really Local Relief was created to streamline all of that together.
Yeah, you said it. There's so much information, and a lot of it is no good, to be honest. Social media, in times of crisis, it can be unreliable. It can be predatory at times. I've seen that too, living down there in Florida. So it's important to have some rock solid and trustworthy sources that you can rely on. So how does Local Relief help people get the information they need at the local level? Because we know for each town, for each city, in the aftermath of storms like you mentioned, the processes can be different.
Yeah. And that's the toughest part, is that every city, every county is totally different. So really what we do ahead of time is we collect it. So we try to collect as much information as we can. So even now you'll have federal information, state information. We're trying to gather as much county and city information as you can, but it is a full, robust, big social media platform. So it's so much easier to funnel everything in one social media platform than trying to find information that's diluted over all the other mainstream social media platforms. So you can manage it much easier when it's all in one place and it's all together.
Yeah.
So that's really the whole point, is to bring communities together, people together, resources, organizations, information, of course, weather, and really bring people together to be able to help themselves.
Yeah, that's important too, as oftentimes in a scenario like this, you have to evacuate, and the pace at which the residents return can be different. But the pace at which everyone wants to know what kind of shape the community is in, that's the same. Everyone wants to know that right away. Also, the volunteer functionality of the app. I like this aspect of it because after high-impact events, a lot of people do want to help their communities pull themselves back up by the bootstraps, but it's not always immediately clear what the best way to do that is or where the help is needed most. So how does Local Relief help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we streamline it together. So for people, if I learned one thing, after Ian, people wanted to volunteer their time, they wanted to donate money to local organizations, and they wanted to donate their supplies. That is the time where you see the best in humanity. And we capture that by giving people exactly really one dedicated platform and one group to go to for all of that information. So our hope is really to streamline all of that together. So when people need help, want help, have supplies, need supplies, it's all together.
And as you've been working on this, I had mentioned last year, brutal year, to have Helene and Milton, two majors, back to back in just a couple weeks' time. Was there anything in those events, I should say, in that run, though, down in Florida, which everybody was on high alert? There was so much anxiety. Anything you saw from that you've now rolled out, or has that emboldened the vision moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. You always learn something, especially with new technology. And there we had a lot of information, but even now we organized before of what we thought people wanted, and now we know what people need. So we definitely organized it more, put it in categories, where now you have categories of family services, social services, and they're all free. So the free legal services, we have different categories and streamline the information because we know how stressed people are. I mean, we had feedback and we had people reach out, especially from Helene, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and of course, Florida. So we learned a lot last year.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, it's impressive what you've done. I know you've been working really hard the last several years. A great nonprofit, as you said, and something that folks should check out, especially as we move through now the heart of the hurricane season, the next 6, 7, 8 weeks. We'll be watching it here on Fox Weather, and we know you'll be working hard down there in Florida, too. That's the Local Relief founder, Heather Hackett. Thanks for joining us on Fox Weather.
Thank you so much, Ian.
You bet.